welcome if you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support or inspiration whenever you find this. My name is Steph. Welcome. Yesterday we dropped some ink on this scroll. I'll put the link below to the OG. And as promised, we're going to flip it for perspective possibilities. We'll also add on some tarot oracle cards. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have GhostTube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric adventures. Overall, please do receive and release freely. If you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. I'm so grateful for you being here. When you're ready, let's go. All right, I did already flip it, but I'm going to take a moment. You know me. You can always fast forward through. It drives you crazy. Let's take a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of anyone here at any time. Thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Drop an emoji. Keep to oneself. I get it. But any interactions is appreciated. All right. So I don't typically... Well, I shouldn't say that I don't typically. Anyway. I left the cards out from the OG, link below in the description box. Resolution of Duality and Lamont. The bridge card, if you stay for the Easter egg, that sometimes is in the end screen, was Adventure. The Silk Road, Inner Mongolia. The interesting thing about this, and a quick recap in case you're watching this one first, we were in a desert landscape. Cacti were talking, there was manta rays in the sky, and crafts under the sand by this mountain. That's where we're at. And we were connecting into this desert landscape. Oh, maybe it wasn't so much mountains as like sand mountains or sand dunes. I want to note like all these like triangular things. Okay, so even in the way that it's like big heads, you know, like if you could think of like typical gray aliens, like a big brains. But look how happy this conversation is. I'm also seeing the Martians from Mars Attacks, not because Mars is attacking or anything like that, but just there's this depiction. I'm also seeing, what's that? Gosmo, the green alien Martian guy from the Flintstones. Somebody knows. I know you know. Let's go. Very silly today. So there's a something that landed long ago. There's these sticks.
Sure.
Okay, I'm in here. Hold on. Sorry. I'm trying to decide how I'm seeing it because I'm seeing it like a car. Okay. I'm in a tent. And I am... could be a teepee. Because I feel like I'm in... It's not so much necessarily desert land. Maybe it could be like indigenous, like Australia maybe? Excuse my ignorance of landscapes of Earth. And I am putting, like some sort of, I'm covering something up. I'm covering it up. Sheath. I just heard the word sheath, but I wanted to say shield. Because it's almost like when you're in the army, and from above, do they put things that cover camouflage above? So if you maybe you're flying over, they don't see it. That's what this is like. This conversation is quite cute. And I say cute because it feels intelligent. A lot of consciousness was coming through the other side. It was a consciousness connection. I don't know that I can actually hear. No, I can hear a sound, but it's not the language. That maybe that's like telepathically being communicated. But it's almost like there's a byproduct sound. I'm focusing, as Steph, I'm focusing on the byproduct sound.
What happened?
I am seeing... Okay. There's a feminine figure coming through from two like masculine type or security energies, male or female and different. I'm not really sure their form is human-esque. Once upon a time, I just heard. Once upon a time. What am I getting ready for? Oh, it's kind of creepy if somebody was doing this. Like, am I delicious? Like, what's happening? Hold on. What is this? Okay, I'm warming. I'm warming my hands because I am aware that the temperature of my touch is alarming to the warm-blooded human. So I'm warming before and I feel like when I'm with this energy, they're very aware of our customs. Angel, alien, you know me. Apply any word that feels good. I can only tune into the frequency. Okay, so they're aware of our mannerisms and sorts of behaviors, and they can sense my nervousness. And I say that because I feel like I should be really nervous. But enough things have been done to calm me down, to induce my own environment to create calmness, not paralyzation. No, I can still move quite freely around. Yeah. Oh, I'm like a part of this, I just heard. Again, I'm going to stay in first person, but you might resonate with that. I'm a part of this. You are a part of this. And once upon a time, once upon a time in the past.
Finish.
And there's a time upon us in the future, maybe, I don't know, that it'll be apparent and perhaps spark something within you. There are lions. I'm also seeing Aladdin's carpet. That was like my favorite Disney movie growing up. So this is the thing. The carpet's not a carpet. The carpet's not a carpet. Okay, thank you. The best I can do is to say, if this was a camel, person, and this is like, I don't know, like that cloud up there or something, and the backdrop of this landscape that could be mountains or the sand dunes, and it's like I'm coming up and over. Oh, I can see something. I feel like the Silk Road has meaning well beyond what something about smooth. The planning of Machu Picchu, Peru. Oh, is that a llama? A llama and a camel. There's been okay, 33. I'm under an umbrella. I feel as though this is a common something or other.
Haunt.
When it's sunny, to use an umbrella for shade. I think this might be common in other cultures more than it's like it's not just for rain. It's also for rain and sun. Okay, thank you. So, when I was talking about that tent or teepee in that shape, and then I just saw here when I was talking about like the army as the example, like camouflaging something from up above, and it would be like this shape. Or what are those things now? Oh, they had it at the flower farm. It's not a gazebo-y thing, but I'm going to call it a shade sail. A shade sail.
What date is it?
We are October 25th, maybe 24th, 26th. I'm not really sure. The interesting thing about this with the River Nile in Egypt here with flow. Oh, it's more pyramids. What's going on? What's crazy? Is even with Machu Picchu here. Oh, do you see all that? Okay, we will take it.
Aries.
Okay. Like this is a controlled maze. Like if you took sand and made a sand castle and made concrete with it, or a more of a solid structure so channels can flow. Whether it's water, an element, people, it's consciousness. It's channels and canals for consciousness. Why am I saying it like that? Consciousness. Because how I'm hearing it, like the byproduct of that conversation is consciousness, 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 consciousness. And then there's this other byproduct that's like consciousness. Like, I'm sorry if I am all over the place. It's all these different tones. Con. And I don't know why it has to go so deep. Like I'm not a good singer to begin with. I'm sure there's higher tones. Where was it? It was in a reading more recently that I was talking about hearing the choir of the angels. The best way that I could say it. And that's almost like this octave up here that it's almost like I can't hear it with human ears here. Like if the sound of a harp and flutes and all that kind of stuff and wind chimes was silent, but it's not silent. It's like this whole conversation. I'm hearing a byproduct. Oh, there's the lion. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps. Where's that tree? I saw that. Look at that tree. I noticed it.
Photo.
Yeah, we're looking at the photos. You know me, I'm always reading art first. I don't know why, but I want to put those together. Do you notice how there's footsteps over the hill? There's something about a trek. So the other side, if I remember, the OG was about torque. And now this is like trek. I'm seeing somebody play what I think is a violin. It's a stringed instrument. It's not a harp, but it's played more up here. Okay. You know those clowns that are a little creepy to me? I think they're called sad clowns. I kind of for a moment feel like that's how this being or beings this sees humans or humanity.
Another room.
Humanity. Dominators 37. Sorry, I was wandering over here while I was thinking about it. Worship within. The life force energy is bringing me into from the OG side of the cacti. Practicing death. Worship within. Worship within. I gotta breathe. Like a big old deep breath here. Is there anything we're adding on before I get to close? Or, yeah, okay. All right, let's add on a card. So I feel like, so this is how I feel. I feel like there's a lot of words, but it's more about this language or sensation in my head. If I had to place it somewhere, it's like my higher self head. The way I'm seeing, they're showing me sticks up. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. It's all in your head, flash over, and transform the way you see. It's in your head, in your head. Okay, and then like zombie, which just brings me into that sad clown feel. Card 2 and then 11, but also coming back into a 2. Sometimes what's in your head though is the light language, is the consciousness connection. Consciousness connection. Oh, consciousness connection.
Leash.
And I recall from the OG side, it was about like seeing the third eye space, but it was massive. Like, and then she had Buhol, transform the way you see. And even Buhol, like, brings me into, forgive me if I'm incorrect, but I feel like it takes me into a different desert landscape. Sand, water, sea, sky, maybe like Mexico or the islands even. The islands.
Am I a ghost?
You are a frequency. I guess we would we would know you as a ghost. The ghost with the most, babe. Also, somebody has a really strong connection to a species of existence expressed that the closest thing I could associate with is elves, or they have like pointed ears. Big or small, because there's something about them being connected to, or at least in the way I'm being shown the association to, like fae. But these other beings are very, very big, but it's like when they're here expressed, sometimes they're like their elemental counterparts is yeah, Let Love Grow 14, Lavaria. This is an existence embrace. So I got a note as well. This whole connection, communication, it's a resolution of feeling in some way, shape, or form separate from home, or not home. You are home. You are home. But you can be home and be homesick as well. Practicing death, that's what it was. And let love grow. By worshiping within and practicing that death, it's almost like the version of death. It embraces the part that's alive. Because it's almost like,
Where are we?
right? Is it Bob Dylan, Death is Not the End? Great song. Somebody also might have a partner in the afterlife that passed some time ago, and I feel like I've never recovered.
I come and go.
And when I say the word recovered, it's because it's bringing me into, I think it's the OG side. I'm all too liminal now. Something was covered, and now something's being recovered. And it might be help from those that we feel are lost or no longer with us, but they are right They are, but okay. So, even though one might have never recovered, you've always been held to help go through enhancing and recovering, recuperating, revealing life force energy for love, and to love life that's being lived now. And allow certain things that might be like fireworks, and not necessarily fireworks, or
Pamela.
just feel, one way. I'm seeing them like sparklers and starting to write. When we were kids, we'd be like, hello, this is my name. And that helps me transform something, at least when I'm in that space. Yeah, that feels good. I'm going to leave it here. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. Until next time, so much love. Bye.
Satanic.
Oh, jeez. Talk about drama.